project will go on. In Commack, Long Island, Jenna DeAngelis, CBSN, New York.
Well, the days are getting shorter, but there is still some time to get outdoors, and Columbus Day weekend is a perfect time to check out the fall foliage. And according to state tourism officials, areas like the Catskills are showing off their peak colors. But this I Love New York foliage map also shows the leaves closer to home are starting to turn. So if you can't head upstate, the City Parks Department wants you to fall for NYC, and they are hosting events all month long here in the 5 boroughs. And we have Urban Park Ranger Sergeant Andrew Khaleesi, like Khaleesi, Game of Thrones, for all you fans out there, I just learned, here to tell us what's happening this weekend. Now, I was headed to a story yesterday in Garrison, and it was green part of the way, and then it kind of started to turn the further upstate we went. So we'll kind of start breaking down those spots. But first, what do you do as a park ranger?
So as urban park rangers, we work with the New York City Parks Department, and we work in all city parks bringing outdoor recreation, environmental education, and we also do wildlife rescues for injured and sick wildlife in the parks.
Okay, so you have a lot of different gigs, but you are our leaf expert. This term leaf peeping has become very popular.
Yes.
So where are some of the most popular go-to places for people to check out leaves this time of year?
Right, so people normally go to Central Park or Prospect Park. Those are probably the most famous parks we have in the city.
Right.
But for areas that people are not too familiar with, there's the Staten Island Greenbelt that has wide areas of wildlife there and trees.
And for people who don't know, can you describe this greenbelt? I've spent some time on Staten Island. There's a lot of parks.
Yeah, borough of parks.
The borough of parks. So what is the greenbelt?
So the Staten Island Greenbelt is 3,000 acres of parkland, and they're all connected to each other via trail systems. And they go from forests to recreational areas, ponds, streams. So you could walk in the Greenbelt for hours and still not see all of it.
It's beautiful, and like you said, I mean, most people think Central Park, but to change it up this year, try Staten Island.
Sure,
something a little bit different. Now, you brought some leaves with you, so I just want to go through what some of these are. If you could hold them up for us.
Sure.
We can see some of them in the shot there.
People associate different colors with different leaves. So I have here some red maple.
Yeah. So these are the red maples.
Yeah, these are the red maples, so they usually turn red.
I'm originally
or yellow.
Canadian, so we've got our maple leaf there that represents the flag.
So also we have tulip leaves from a tulip tree, and tulip trees are some of the oldest and tallest trees we have in the city, and they usually always turn yellow.
And those are attached to which tree?
Tulip tree.
The tulip tree, tulip leaves. Okay, makes sense. And so you, when you're trying to gauge what the tree is, if you're a beginner like myself, do you gauge by the type of leaf, or do you gauge by the tree, the bark itself?
Right, all those things really, because trees you can ID from the leaves, from the bark, and in the fall, based on what kind of colors they turn, you can identify with that tree as well. So tulip trees usually turn yellow, so if you see a yellow tree, there's a good chance that it's a tulip.
Perfect. And you had one other really cool one we're going to show.
Okay.
And while we're holding that up, I love that one.
Yeah.
What is that?
This is a sassafras, leaf from a sassafras tree.
Okay. Now, you guys have all kinds of events going on this weekend. So what would those be if we want to go check them out?
Sure. So we have a trail walk at Fort Greene Park, and that's going to be highlighting all the different unique trees that they have in Fort Greene. So that's led by the Urban Park Rangers, and it's free. Nice.
And there's also a social media campaign. Should people be posting their pictures? Is there a hashtag they should use?
Yeah, so NYC Parks has Instagram and Twitter handles. They're at NYC Parks. And our hashtag for this year is Fall for NYC. So if you're walking through the parks and you're taking cool fall photos, you can hashtag Fall for NYC, and we will share those photos.
Fall for NYC, we'll remember that. And one last thing, Ridgewood, there's an event?
Yeah, Ridgewood is led by the Queens Rangers. So they're going to be doing a walk. It's a big loop walk around Ridgewood Reservoir in Highland Park.
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much for giving us all these ideas. We will be sure to check them out this weekend.
Great. Thank you very much for having me.
Thanks for coming. And for more information on all of these events going on, you can head over to our website, and that is cbsnewyork.com. And coming up, we'll have a rundown of this week's forecast, and you're streaming CBSN News.